The day has finally come. All the blood, sweat, and tears from practicing have led to this. It's a tournament day. You just can't control everything around you, and you definitely can't control how others will play. But one thing you can control is you. You can make sure that you do everything possible to show up ready and give yourself the best chance out there. If you're a professional player, you already know this and you probably have some routines in place. But young players just starting out aren't always mature enough to understand what's best here. And that's where you as a parent come in. Today I'm sharing what I think is a great approach and what I do with my kid to help him show up at his best self. Preparation actually starts the night before. You've practiced all you can and you know what you know. There's no point in stressing about details now. What's done is done. First thing you want to do is make sure your kid gets to bed early. Kids need way more sleep than adults, so I make sure he's asleep for at least 9 to 10 hours, sometimes even more, because I can function on 6 to 7 hours, but it's different for kids, and getting enough rest really helps set the tone for the next day. Let's talk about breakfast, which is a really important thing here. About 2-3 hours before the match, we do a healthy balanced meal, and as you can see here today, Vlad's having some eggs for protein, some bacon for fat, some whole wheat bread with no added sugar for carbs, some homemade chocolate milk for some more protein, and strawberries for vitamins. He's also gonna take some multivitamins. Avoid giving your kid any simple sugars like candy. Those can give a quick energy spike, but they'll also cause a crash, which isn't what you want during a match. During a game, they'll need to keep energy up, so I pack him a banana, some dates and coconut water for hydration, and electrolytes. Please, please, and please, don't give your kid Gatorade, Powerade, or similar drinks. I see parents handing their kids these sugary drinks all the time, but they're full of simple sugars, artificial colors, and flavors. Stuff no one needs, especially young players. The third big piece of prep is warm-up. Even professional players don't skip this part and they warm up several hours before the match. For young players, it's about warming up their body, hand-eye coordination, getting their rhythm going, and practicing their serve. This can make a huge difference. We usually find a nearby court and warm up for about 45 minutes to an hour. I start with some basic footwork drills to get his body moving. Then we play some mini tennis games to lift the energy, followed by a real mini tennis to get some flow, then baseline rallies, and finally some serves. Doing this lets him release any pre-game tension and feel comfortable on the court. Today we had hour and a half drive to the tournament and it's natural for your kid to feel a bit nervous. As I mentioned earlier, there's absolutely nothing you can change about their technique on the day of the tournament. So the best thing you can do is to keep the vibe light and positive. We usually play some of his favorite music or let him watch highlights of his favorite pro matches on his tablet, and this really gets him pumped up and in the zone.
Once we arrive, he'll warm up a bit more on site before the first match. Here's the interesting fact. The coaching isn't allowed once the match begins, which I think it's a pretty strange rule. Coaching is allowed in professional tennis, but it's the rule for juniors, even for kids 10 and under who sometimes don't even remember which side to serve from. But that's a topic for another day. During the match, there's not much you can say, but between matches you can give simple reminders without overcoaching. Something like make sure to keep your feet moving or remember to call the score after each point is helpful. I always encourage my son to focus on giving his very best effort. Winning is great, but the goal at this age should be learning and working hard. So here we are in his first game. He started off a bit nervous and lost the first set quickly. I could see he was feeling tight and really wanted to win, but in tennis you need a calm head and a relaxed body. Thankfully he was able to regroup, found his focus and came back strong to win the second set. Now he's down to a tiebreak and you're watching a tense match point he saved at 8-7 for his opponent. He dug deep, won the next 2 points and took the tiebreak 10-8, winning the match 2-1 in sets. It was such a great comeback and a heart-pounding match, and definitely not for the faint-hearted. For his second match, he was up against a kid who was a couple of years older. He fought hard but lost in straight sets. Still, I was incredibly proud of him for pushing through and giving his best the whole time. Matches like this are tough, but they are also amazing learning experiences.
The ride home after the tournament is always an interesting time. If he wins, I encourage him to stay humble and we talk about areas for improvement. If he loses, we focus on what he did well. Either way, we celebrate the effort and our routine is to go out for a nice meal, and today we're wrapping things up with some tacos at a great Mexican restaurant. And that's it for today's tournament vlog. I hope you enjoy seeing how we prepare for tournament day and that you got some good tips for your own routine. If you'd like more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.